And now here's the weather forecast for the central region. It will remain cloudy tonight and a little misty at times, with perhaps the odd spot of drizzle. Temperatures will fall to 4 degrees centigrade, 39 Fahrenheit, and tomorrow will be another mild and generally dry day. Although cloudy for much of the day, a few breaks may give a little sunshine at times. Temperatures will rise to 7 degrees centigrade, 45 Fahrenheit, and winds will remain light south to southwest. And the outlook for Friday and Saturday continuing mostly cloudy but mild. And that's the weather forecast. Programmes on Central now come to an end, but independent local radio continues to broadcast. 3 stations are on the air 24 hours a day. From Birmingham there's BRMB, from Wolverhampton there's Beacon Radio, and from Nottingham there's Radio Trent. Independent local radio. That's all from us here tonight at Central. So on behalf of everyone here, this is Helen Lloyd wishing you a very peaceful and happy good night.
A powerful film there from Stanley Kramer and Gene Hackman. And by the way, the film started at 10:30 because of extra time in tonight's European Cup Winners' Cup final. Incidentally, the score there, Aberdeen won, the good news, 2-1. Black scored the first goal and Hewitt scored the second goal 20 minutes into extra time. And the playing of extra time has meant that our final programme for this evening, a short film entitled Green Shoes, has been postponed. So anyway, we come now to the end of tonight's programmes here on Central, and a last look at the weather forecast for Thursday. The rest of the night will be dry, with temperatures falling to about 4 centigrade. Although it will be rather cloudy tomorrow, some sunny intervals will develop. A few scattered showers are expected, and some may be quite heavy. The maximum temperature tomorrow afternoon, 13 centigrade, with a cool southeasterly breeze. So the summary then, rather cool and occasional showers. That's the forecast for Thursday. The outlook for Friday and Saturday becoming a little warmer, with more in the way of sunshine, but still some showers. The forecast there for the central region. We're closing down now. Don't forget, though, that independent local radio is still on the air. More comment probably about that match tonight between Aberdeen and Real Madrid with late-night news, but also, of course, the music coming to you 24 hours a day on BRMB from Birmingham. Beacon Radio from Wolverhampton is another 24-hour station, and so too is Radio Trent. On the air until 1 a.m. You've got Mercia Sound from Coventry and another 1 a.m. station, 7 Sound from Gloucester. Independent local radio. And a glance there at the rundown for Thursday evening on Central. One programme I'd like to highlight, that Venture can be seen tomorrow night at 10:30, and this week it's a Venture special, taking a look at the forthcoming general election and its effect on Midlands industry. There'll be many industrialists in the studio, with politicians answering their questions. In fact, I dare say everybody will be answering everybody else's questions. Anyway, Venture taking the line up there at 10:30, Thursday night on Central. First offering on the ITV1 button in the morning is breakfast television at 6 o'clock, and during Good Morning Britain there'll be an interview with Enoch Powell, so that's a 6 a.m. start. From all of us here at Central to you at home, I wish you a very peaceful night. Take care. Have a good Thursday. Bye-bye. Cloud will continue to thicken this evening, and though most places will remain dry, there may be a little rain later on in the night. Tomorrow will be mostly cloudy, and there may be some light rain at first, but a period of continuous rain is likely during the afternoon. This rain will be followed by a dry and sunny evening. Temperatures will fall to 14 degrees centigrade overnight, and then rise to 19 centigrade tomorrow. And the mainly light or moderate southwesterly wind will become fresher times during Saturday. So, through the night it will remain mostly dry, but during the small hours there may be some rain, and the outlook for Sunday and Monday getting better, dry and warm with sunny periods. And that's the weather forecast for the central region. We can expect, I'm told, some sunbathing weather on Sunday. Well, although we're closing down now, don't forget that independent local radio is still on the air, and as it's after 1 o'clock, there are 3 stations broadcasting through the night. There's BRMB from Birmingham, Beacon Radio from Wolverhampton, and Radio Trent from Nottingham, 24-hour stations operating within our region. Breakfast television begins at 6:25 in the morning with Good Morning Britain. Programmes tomorrow night include our Film of the Week, the film we've mentioned a few times this evening, Summer of 42, a film we can really recommend. That's at 9:45 here on Central. Now, whatever you're doing over the weekend, take care, have a good weekend. And with the time now just coming up to 22 minutes past 1, this is Michael Prince on behalf of all of us here at Central, wishing you a very peaceful night. Take care. Well, there was some powerful film. The time now, it's 12.5 minutes past 1 o'clock in the morning, and we close as usual with a late look at the regional weather forecast. The forecast, of course, for the weekend. The night will be dry and warm, temperatures falling to only 15 degrees centigrade. A few mist or fog patches are likely at first tomorrow, but these will soon clear to give periods of hazy sunshine. It will become hot again, with temperatures rising to 21 centigrade and winds remaining very light. So dry, hot with hazy sunshine, that's what we can expect tomorrow. And the outlook for Sunday and Monday, staying very warm with sunny periods after overnight mist or fog, and an increasing risk of thunderous showers. And that's the forecast for the weekend here in the central region. And we're closing down now. Don't forget, though, that independent local radio is still on the air. 3 stations within our region are on through the night, 24-hour stations, and those are BRMB from Birmingham, there's Beacon Radio from Wolverhampton, and Radio Trent from Nottingham, independent local radio. Breakfast television begins at 6:25 in the morning with Good Morning Britain. World of Sport this weekend, hosted by Fred Dinage, takes to the air at 12:15. It goes through to 5:05. We've got Yul Brynner in Saturday Cinema at 5:15. The film's called Catlow. And we begin our new series, a new quiz called Ultra Quiz tomorrow night, the biggest quiz that Britain has ever seen, with Michael Aspel and Sully James. That's at 7:45. But just now, until the morning, from me, Mike Prince, on behalf of all of us here at Central, may I wish you at home a very peaceful night. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
Well, if you're going house hunting tomorrow, you better know what the weather's going to be like. There'll be a good deal of cloud tonight and tomorrow, with showers, some of which will be heavy. Temperatures will fall to 11 degrees centigrade tonight and rise to 19 degrees centigrade in the afternoon. Winds will be light or moderate southwesterly tonight, but going around to northwesterly by dawn. And the outlook for Wednesday and Thursday, mainly dry with some sunshine, but some showers likely again on the Thursday, I'm afraid. That's the weather. Well, programmes on Central now come to an end, but independent local radio continues to broadcast. There are 3 stations broadcasting 24 hours a day, from Birmingham BRMB, from Wolverhampton Beacon Radio, and from Nottingham Radio Trent. And if you're very quick, you can hear Mercia Sound from Coventry until 1, and 7 Sound from Gloucester until 1 o'clock. That's independent local radio. Well, I hope you've enjoyed your programmes on Central this evening. Don't forget our late film tomorrow night is Daughter of the Mind, and it's a feature based on Paul Gallico's book, The Hand of Mary Constable. And it stars Ray Milland, who's cast as a professor who claims he's visited by his recently killed young daughter's spirit. That sounds cheerful, doesn't it? Anyway, that's something to look forward to tomorrow. Hope you've enjoyed yourself tonight. Good night.
And now for a final look at the weather forecast. Tonight will remain mostly cloudy, with the temperature falling to -3 degrees centigrade, and that's 27 Fahrenheit, with some icy roads. Tomorrow will be dry with a good deal of cloud, but a few brighter intervals, and the temperature will rise to 2 degrees centigrade, that's 36 Fahrenheit, giving a slight thaw, but it'll freeze again during the evening. The wind will be light and mostly easterly, and the outlook for Sunday and Monday, cold with snow showers, but some brighter intervals and widespread night frost. And that's the rather chilly weather forecast. Well, it's just gone 20 to 2, which means it's high time we were all off and in our beds. But if you're still feeling like staying up and a bit of entertainment, don't forget that independent local radio continues to broadcast. And on the air 24 hours a day are Leicester Sound from Leicester, Birmingham's BRMB, Wolverhampton's Beacon Radio, and Radio Trent from Nottingham. And with you for the next 18 minutes or so are Mercia Sound from Coventry, 7 Sound from Gloucester, and Signal Radio from Stoke. That's independent local radio for you. Well, there we are. That's the end of this Friday night's entertainment, but we'll be back on the air at 9:25 tomorrow, bright and early. And don't forget to join us at some stage throughout the day. Special programmes tomorrow night, the Fame Game with Tim Brooke-Taylor, the brand new talent series, that is at 6:30, and at 7:15, All-Star Secrets. Boxing live from Birmingham at 9:45, so do try and join us for some of our entertainment tomorrow. In the meantime, thanks for being with us today, and take care. See you tomorrow. Good night. And now a late night look at the weather. It will stay dry overnight, and in most places it will also be rather cloudy, with temperatures no lower than 6 degrees Celsius, 43 degrees Fahrenheit. In parts of Staffordshire and Shropshire, clear periods will allow temperatures to fall to nearer 4 degrees Celsius, 39 degrees Fahrenheit, and a touch of ground frost is possible in sheltered spots. Tomorrow, many parts will start dull, but during the morning it will brighten up, and there will be spells of sunshine from late morning onwards. The best of the sunshine will be in northwestern counties, where temperatures will reach 17 degrees Celsius, 63 degrees Fahrenheit, whilst in the cloudier parts, maximum temperatures will only be 14 degrees Celsius, 52 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will remain northeasterly and will be quite strong in places later. That's the weather forecast. Well, the fun and frolics in 10 rounded off this Saturday evening here on Central, but independent local radio continues to broadcast. I can't guarantee Ravel's Bolero, but I can assure you of 24-hour entertainment from Leicester Sound, BRMB, Beacon Radio, Radio Trent, Signal Radio, Mercia Sound, Radio Wyvern, and Seven Sound. That's your independent local radio. Sunday afternoon sees the start of 2 new series. An unusual general knowledge game at 5 o'clock called Now You See It. And at 5:30, Once in a Lifetime is the first in a trilogy of Fists, Feet and Falls, which tomorrow looks at the match of 2 professional sprinters to find the fastest man on Earth. At 7:45, Audrey Hepburn and James Mason star in our Sunday film, Sidney Sheldon's Bloodline, an all-action, high-tension thriller for your Sunday night entertainment. David Frost is next with Good Morning Britain. That's at 6:55. Until then, this is Jo Wheeler on behalf of everyone here at Central, wishing you a very good night.
It's 13.5 minutes past midnight. Here's the weather forecast. Tonight will be cloudy with occasional rain and a minimum temperature of 13 degrees Celsius, 55 degrees Fahrenheit. A good deal of cloud is expected throughout the day tomorrow, with showers or longer periods of rain. A few bright intervals could occur later in the day, when maximum temperatures will be about 19 degrees Celsius, that's 66 degrees Fahrenheit. And the moderate southerly winds will increase to fresh southwesterly. And the outlook for the next couple of days, dry and warmer on Tuesday, with sunshine but a risk of thundery showers by Wednesday. And that's the latest Central weather. Well, if you're staying up tonight, don't forget to listen to independent radio. There are 8 stations still broadcasting within the Central area. There's Leicester Sound, BRMB, Beacon Radio, Radio Trent, Signal Radio, Mercia Sound, Radio Wyvern, and Seven Sound. That's independent radio. And that's it for tonight. Don't forget that we've got the Krypton Factor, a new series of that starting tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock. And then at 8, a brand new comedy series starring Derek Folds. It's called Affairs of the Heart. 2 new ones for Monday night here on Central. Until then, from me, Gary Terza, and from us all here remaining at the studios, have a very good night. Good night.
Now let's have a look at the joys that the weather has to bring you for the rest of the weekend. Heavy showers are expected to mostly die out during the night, with clear periods developing, allowing temperatures to fall to 9 degrees Celsius. That's about 48 degrees Fahrenheit. The morning will start mostly dry tomorrow with sunny intervals, but heavy showers are likely later, and they may merge to a longer period of rain. Temperatures will reach 12 degrees Celsius, 54 degrees Fahrenheit, with moderate or fresh south to southwesterly winds. The outlook for Sunday and Monday, sunny intervals and showers. The showers becoming wintry by Monday and very, very much colder. The weather, all in all, very nasty. Programmes on Central now are coming to an end, but independent radio continues to broadcast. 8 stations are on the air 24 hours a day. From Leicester, it's Leicester Sound, BRMB in Birmingham, Beacon Radio in Wolverhampton. From Nottingham, Radio Trent. From Stoke, Signal Radio. Coventry, it's Mercia Sound. From Hereford and Worcester, Radio Wyvern. And in Gloucester and Cheltenham, it's Seven Sound. That's independent radio with music and news right throughout the night. And that's it for Friday on Central. Tomorrow evening's programmes have plenty of variation too, with the A-Team, Game for a Laugh. There's 3-2-1 with Ted Rogers. Our new series, Time for Murders, on at 9. And tomorrow night it'll star Ian Ogilvy and Eleanor Bron. It's called Mr. Clay, Mr. Clay. And a very nasty little story it is. Our Saturday movie premiere is the Burt Reynolds cracker, Sharky's Machine. And that's on later on tomorrow night. We look forward to having you with us tomorrow. Until then, have a very good night from everyone here. And sleep tight. Just before we leave you this evening, we'll have a look at the weather. The rather cold, cloudy weather will continue tonight and tomorrow, with some rain and drizzle at times, turning to sleet or snow on the highest ground. The temperature will fall to 3 degrees Celsius, 37 degrees Fahrenheit overnight, rising to 5 degrees Celsius, 41 degrees Fahrenheit tomorrow. There'll be some brighter spells at times tomorrow, the wind remaining a light or moderate northeasterly. The outlook for Monday and Tuesday is for cold and mainly cloudy weather, with sleet or snow showers, also some bright or sunny intervals, and night frost. That's it from Central. Tomorrow night, don't miss the second worst of All Right on the Night with Dennis Norden, William Boyd's Dutch Girls, and the Halley's Comet Show. It's great stuff, and I hope you'll join us then. Till then, from everyone at Central, a very good night, and sleep well.
That's music and news through the night with Independent Radio. It's laughter all the way for Christmas Eve on Central, starting at 7 with Carry On Laughing. Whose Baby is at 7:30, and at 8, well, Christmas just wouldn't be the same without Eric and Ernie, as we enjoy some magic moments from their past shows in the best of Morecambe and Wise. And that's followed at 9 by what for my money is the funniest film being shown over Christmas, Arthur. Don't miss it, tomorrow night, Christmas Eve on Central. Until then, from everyone at Central, a very good night.
Well, let's have something really tasteful now, like a rotten weather forecast, which I'm afraid is what we have for you. The night, although it'll be dry with a few clear periods, will drop to 1 degree Celsius, 34 degrees Fahrenheit, with a touch of ground frost in places. Sunday, rather cloudy, although there may be a little sunshine a little later on. Showers are also likely, however, and they will become heavy at times. The highest temperature you can expect during Sunday is 7 degrees Celsius, 45 Fahrenheit in the afternoon, with very light winds. The outlook for Monday and Tuesday, mostly cloudy, rain at times, and rather cool. Now, just before you turn your television set off and reach for your radio, you better know what you're reaching for. Independent radio is on the air right throughout the Central region. From Leicester, Leicester Sound. From Birmingham, BRMB. From Wolverhampton, Beacon Radio. From Nottingham, Radio Trent. From Stoke, Signal Radio. From Coventry, Mercia Sound. From Hereford and Worcester, Radio Wyvern. And from Gloucester and Cheltenham, 7 Sound, with music and news right through the night. After Closedown tonight, our Job Finder service will continue for an hour, presenting a selection of jobs available in the Central region. You can follow these up through your local office of the Manpower Services Commission, who, along with Central, are bringing you this service. Now, if I can get my teeth back in, I'll tell you about the 3 major events on Central tomorrow night. The Sunday film at 7:45 is the huge box office hit which did so much for holidays at the seaside. Roy Scheider and Robert Shaw co-star in Jaws, along with that shark big enough to keep all the fish and chip shops in England going for weeks. At 10, there's gratuitous sex and violence for all the family, in spitting image, of course. 11:30 brings the start of an important new documentary series entitled War. It's a history and analysis of 5,000 years of war, which have brought us to the nuclear brinkmanship that we now have. At 4:45 over on Channel 4 tomorrow, Gerald Durrell is in Russia. Again, a new series featuring wildlife, conservation in the Soviet Union. Hope you'll be able to join us at some point of the morrow. Till then, from all of us here, very good night and sleep well. Good night.
Now, before we go, let's just take a last look at the weather. The night will be mostly dry with clear periods and isolated showers, a moderate or fresh southwesterly wind, and a minimum of around 12 Celsius, that's 54 Fahrenheit. Thursday will be bright with sunshine at times, especially later in the day. Showers will develop and some may be heavy, but should become less widespread by afternoon. Temperatures will rise to a normal 19 Celsius, that's 66 Fahrenheit, and the fresh westerly wind will veer to moderate northwesterly. The outlook, sunshine and fewer showers on Friday, dry and mostly sunny on Saturday, with winds becoming light. Don't forget, while it's almost time to turn off your TV for the night, you can always turn on the radio and tune into your local independent radio station. Leicester Sound, BRMB, Beacon Radio, Radio Trent, Signal Radio, Mercia Sound, Radio Wyvern and 7 Sound all broadcast right through the night. Or if you're looking for a job, then stay tuned because Job Finder will be on your screens in just over a minute. It's a text service provided by Central together with the Manpower Services Commission, providing daily updated details of job vacancies in the Midlands. You may like to keep a pen and paper handy to jot down anything that takes your eye, and your local job centre will have all the details. Tomorrow night on Central, we can promise you plenty of laughs, breaking you in gently at first with a few chuckles in Me and My Girl at 7:30, progressing to a good chortle with Arthur and Terry in Minder at 8, which should set you up nicely for Troubles and Strife at 9. Workout at 9:30 focuses on people who enjoy a good laugh all the way to the bank, having been spurred on by unemployment to set up their own successful businesses. And to round off the evening, the final part of V, in which, appropriately, we Earthlings have the last laugh over the aliens. Join us then tomorrow night on Central for an evening which shouldn't leave a dry seat in the house. Until then, from us all a very good night, and sleep well. Good night.
And finally, the weather prospects for the central region. The rain will soon die out to give a dry, clear night. Tomorrow will continue cool with temperatures reaching a maximum of 17 degrees Celsius, that's 63 Fahrenheit in the afternoon. So as we head towards the middle of the week, the summary then mostly dry with sunny intervals. That's the forecast then for the central region. We're about to close down, but don't forget, whatever time of the day it is, and by the way, the time now is just coming up to 19 minutes past midnight, you can listen to music and news and information on independent radio. And within our region, there are 9 stations broadcasting 24 hours a day, and there's our Leicester Sound, BRMB, Beacon Radio, Radio Trent, GWR, Signal Radio, Mercia Sound, Radio Wyvern, and 7 Sound. Independent radio, music and news through the night. If you're looking for a job at the moment, then stay on Central, because in just over 1 minute from now we've got Job Finder. This is a service brought to you by Central in conjunction with the Manpower Services Commission. It provides a text service. You don't need a special set. You can watch this service on the set you're watching now, and it's got a list of details updated every day during the week of vacancies within the Midlands region. So that's Job Finder. If you're searching for a job at the moment, it's on screen in 1 minute's time. The best of luck, and have a pencil and paper handy. Breakfast television is next with Good Morning Britain at 6:15. Central's daytime lineup begins at 9:25 with Blockbusters. Incidentally, the brand new series of Blockbusters begins next week. So that's Blockbusters. A look back to the last series at 9:25 tomorrow morning. And then it's morning cinema with the Wombles, Wombling Free with David Tomlinson, Francis de la Tour and Bonnie Langford. That's at 9:50 in the morning. Well, we've got international athletics from Birmingham tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. And as I mentioned a little earlier, it's only 1 week to go now to the big motor race in Birmingham, and there'll be live coverage here on Central on Bank Holiday Monday. But quite a few days to go before then, and as we head towards Tuesday morning, a very good night to you from me, Mike Prince. Have a peaceful one. We'll see you soon. Take care.
Let's take a last look at the bank holiday weather for the central region. Most northern parts of the Midlands will stay dry tonight, but outbreaks of rain are likely elsewhere. This rain will clear by dawn when temperatures will fall to about 7 Celsius. A mostly dry day is expected tomorrow with a few sunny spells developing, but there could be isolated showers in the afternoon. Winds will become light northwesterly with maximum temperatures a little below average at 17 Celsius. And the outlook dry at first on Monday, but rain likely later, showers or perhaps longer outbreaks of rain on Tuesday. Just a reminder that the following independent radio stations in the region continue to broadcast right through the night, and indeed 24 hours every day. Leicester Sound, BRMB, Beacon Radio, Radio Trent, GWR, Signal Radio, Mercia Sound, Radio Wyvern, and Severn Sound. If you're looking for a job, don't forget Job Finder, brought to you by Central in conjunction with the Manpower Services Commission, will be on your screens in around 1 minute's time with an updated list of job opportunities in the region. And who knows, you could see just the job you're looking for, so keep watching. Tomorrow night on Central, John Stride stars at 9:30 as a ruthless MP desperately trying to hold on to his seat. Unlike the MP whose promising career came to an end because he was such a perfect gentleman and gave his seat to a woman on a bus. Well, that's quite a different story. Long Live the King is just one of the highlights for Sunday viewing on Central, and I'll be here again to see you through them all. So until then, I wish you a very good night.
Now, before we leave you, last look at the weather forecast for tonight. It'll be dry for the rest of the night with clear periods, a minimum temperature of 5 Celsius, 41 Fahrenheit, with a few mist patches around dawn. It'll be dry tomorrow with sunshine, and it'll get a little warmer than it has been of late, with temperatures up to 17 Celsius, 63 Fahrenheit in the afternoon. The outlook for the next couple of days, Monday and Tuesday, rather cloudy with a little rain at times, but there may also be some sunny intervals. Time now to switch to your independent local radio station, and throughout the central region there's a whole heap of them. One of them's near you. They are Leicester Sound, BRMB, Beacon Radio, Radio Trent, Signal Radio, Mercia Sound, Radio Wyvern, Severn Sound, and GWR. Now, from Monday, September the 1st to Sunday, September the 7th, Job Finder will include details about vacancies for 16 to 21-year-olds, together with information about further education and training opportunities. This is to help thousands of young people who've just had their exam results and are now trying to decide what the next step's going to be. Up to 100,000 people a night watch the programme, which is a joint effort between us, Central, and the Manpower Services Commission, and more than 60 people, some of them long-term unemployed, have already found work directly as a result of the programme. So get your pencil and paper ready, and if you see something you like, jot it down and get into your job centre on Monday morning, and they'll give you the rest of the details on it. That's Job Finder. Terrific afternoon and evening tomorrow on Central. At 2 we have 3 hours of athletics from Stuttgart, which includes the men's 1500 with Cram and Co. and the 5000 with Steve Ovett. And tacked onto the back of that we've World Cup gymnastics from Peking. Continuing a sort of sporting line, there's a new series of Bullseye at 6. 7:15 is the time for Roger Moore to leap to the fore on the James Bond premiere for Your Eyes Only, in which the major star is the all-singing, all-dancing Yellow 2CV. We have the fascinating story of the expedition to the Titanic at 10 to 10, followed by our late movie Perfect Friday with a perfectly formed Ursula Andress and Stanley Baker and David Warner. It's a smashing day, and I hope you'll bumble your way through it with me. Till tomorrow then, very good night from everyone here at Central, and sleep well.